Good morning. Welcome back to another session of relationship advice. In the past, I have used the term conscious dating online. However, conscious dating online does not apply to everyone. It may apply to those who have reached a plateau of enlightenment or conscious understanding as to what is it that we are seeking for when we're dating someone. You see, the youth today does not see dating the way we older generation see it. Therefore, this advice is for everyone if you're 18 years or older. After living in the Middle East for nearly 8 years, Oman, Dubai, and even in far Africa, such as Nigeria, I never understood the reality of why parents will try to find a partner for their daughter. In other words, arranged marriage. I found it odd. I said, what if she's not in love with him? What if he's not what she's looking for? What if they don't like each other? But oftentimes they say parents know best. The question is, do they? Not always. When it comes to the heart, the decision of who you love or who you want in your life as your soulmate does not depend on the opinions of your parents, your siblings, your friends, your preacher, your teacher, or your best friend. When you decide that you love someone or that you want to do something that is best for you, as long as you are an adult, a consenting adult that is mature enough to understand what you are doing. If you're in your 30s and you decide that you want to marry someone you never met before, why should your parents tell you otherwise? What if you're tired of the dating scene? What if all these dating apps that they have lead to more disappointments than worthy relationships? What percentage of people that go on dating sites actually meet someone and get married? Maybe 1%? Perhaps. Today, it is my opinion that I'm not against arranged marriage. When you get married, you're not guaranteed that your relationship and your partner will be there for you forever. Nonetheless, when a person takes the step to say, I am going to marry a complete stranger, it tells you that this person is ready to commit. This person is ready for a concrete relationship. This person is ready to try to give it a try to a relationship that is not ambivalent, yes or not. I date you, and I date you, and maybe things will work. They know that once they make a commitment to marry one person, they have to make the sacrifice, the understanding, the patience, the dedication, and the love to be there for that person. I believe that it works better. Why? We don't know when we meet someone who they really are. And in the process of knowing your partner, when you marry someone that you don't know, you will try even harder to try to be the best version of who you are as a human being. It's not that you're trying to impress. Rather, it is that you have decided that you want this relationship to work. That you desire for this to be your one and only trial, because you have dedicated your time, your money, your effort, and you are tired of what is out there. The dating scene today is very different than it used to be. Whether there are more demands or not, or whether people, perceptions, desires, and views of others have changed, is of individual opinion. But things are not what they used to be. And I believe that when you try to commit to someone because you want to, not because anyone is forcing you, or not because you think that perhaps you should, but because you know that is what you want to do as a decision, as a choice, then you will make it work. I remember when I was going to college, I worked for a store called Jordan Marsh in Florida, a department store, similar to Neiman Marcus nowadays. And I had a partner in my department, cosmetics, that was from Pakistan. She was very tall, beautiful girl. The girl wore a diamond in the center of her forehead. And she said to me one day, "I'm getting married." I say, "Oh, I didn't know you had a boyfriend. I'd never seen your boyfriend." She says, "No, I don't have a boyfriend. My parents picked my husband for me, my future husband." And I found that odd and strange. I'm like, what if you're not in love with him? What if you don't like him? And she said that her parents will pick her partner depending upon the qualities that they know that she likes on a man. That it wasn't based on money, prestige, or society, but rather on what makes her as an individual a happy human being. Of course, parents will look after their child, and they will make sure that not only is their daughter happy, but she's also well taken care of. When I met her husband, because by the time she introduced me to him, they were already married, she was not allowed to see him until the day of the wedding. I was mesmerized. He was tall, handsome, came from a good family, a good society background, prestigious, and the father and mother picked the perfect partner for their daughter. However, that's not always the case. When we go on a show or on an arranged marriage through an agency or a company that try to find us the partner they think will go with what we like, it's almost imperative that we really give them precisely all the details that we are looking for in a man. Not perfection. Nobody's perfect. But that those qualities are there. That the person does not have an abusive behavior. That they have not been in an abusive relationship. That they're not the non-committed type. Because chances are, if they're not the committed type, that relationship will not last. They will be afraid to commit to one person It's always been part of their fear. It's an inner God fear that someone has when they have fear of attachment or commitment to another person. And it is also important that they're not abusive, that they don't use any abusive language, abusive behavior. Because if you're not sure, on the facade, the agency may pick someone that they think has this type of personality, but may have some hidden secrets that they're not divulging, that they do not know. And therefore, you could be marrying someone that is abusive because they have been abused and traumatized in life. Consequently, you may get into an abusive relationship. The only thing that may save you in circumstances like that will be that you find a therapist to help you deal with that problem if you really want to keep your marriage. See, we never know who we marry, and therefore, picking a partner to marry that you know and dated for a while does not guarantee that that partner is going to be what you want him to be, because people change. People may have hidden secrets for personal reasons. We do not know their past. But what makes a marriage work is to work through all the steps, traumas, problems, and circumstances that are presented when they arise. That's what makes us survive. Not to walk away, run, judge, point fingers, and say, oh, you are not good. But look inside, because that finger is pointing that way and the rest of the other fingers are pointing at you. Are you perfect? Are you good enough? Nobody's perfect. So I strongly believe that marrying someone that you never met, but that you can almost certainly request that this person have the qualities that you're looking for, is not such a bad thing after all. I do not recommend it for younger generation because they're looking for love. They're looking for self-identity. They're looking for somebody to love them. Therefore, they have to be at the same level of this person that is seeking for the same feelings, emotions, love, and maybe fantasy of a young heart, the young Romeo and Juliet, love lasts forever. It is my belief that the word that's expressed when someone gets married until death do us part should not be taken for granted. That it should be respected. That it should meant what it means. That no matter what happened, you will be there for that person. I have observed people getting married, reading their vows to their partner. And sometimes you ask and wonder, is that really what you're going to do? Are you going to be there for your partner forever? Or shall any problem arise, or you discover something about your partner that you don't like, make you walk away when you promise before God that you will be there forever and ever, no matter what? So my advice to you today is, if you're older, if you're mature, and you like the idea of arranged marriage, I'm with you. But if you're young, I will not recommend it, because I think you still have to travel a long journey before you really discover what commitment is all about. And when you're young, you're seeking for something totally different than when you are more mature and you know precisely what is it that you want in your partner. Thank you for listening to my video. Please share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Unconscious Dating Online, which will soon be changed to Relationship Advice, and have a wonderful week. This is Frances Mahan. Love and light.